What's up? We're back with another YouTube video here on the We Tryin' channel. I'm Michael.
I'm Leroy.
What shirt are you wearing right now? Is that Marvel? Black Panther?
Yeah, Black Panther.
Okay.
It was clean until I picked up my son.
And then he ruined it forever?
Nah, he just threw up on
Okay.
it or whatever the babies do.
Okay. Daddy life. Yeah,
Mhm.
we got a few trailers coming out here that are up our wheelhouse, things we would like to watch. Leroy told me to surprise him, so I guess we'll just get right into it at this point and just start playing it, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
My son sacrificed his life to save me. These powers are not a gift, but a curse. Born out of rage. So I'm out to know.
This loose cannon needs to be locked down before innocent people start getting hurt.
He's been asleep for 5,000 years.
You find us a cell that can hold him, we'll take care of the rest.
Who's on the team?
Interesting.
I didn't bring a passport.
We don't need passports. We're the Justice Society.
Justice Society, nice.
Did you not know it was him?
Black Adam.
No, I
We're
didn't.
here to negotiate your peaceful
I got a question for
surrender.
you after.
I'm not peaceful. Nor do I surrender. Here we go. I kneel before no one.
You didn't come here to seek justice. You came to exact revenge.
I never said I was a hero.
You believe you are not worthy, but fate does not make mistakes. You have two paths.
Okay, is that all? Look at the
Destroyer
villain?
of this world. Or you can be its savior.
Interesting. No kind of stinger tag to the end of the trailer.
What do you mean?
I feel like a lot of trailers, they'll show something, right? And then they will show the title screen. And then maybe like the last 5 seconds, there's like a little stinger or teaser, like a something coming up. They're like, ooh, this is going to be cool. Maybe that's just a lot of Marvel trailers. I don't know.
I'm not following. What is the stinger you're talking about?
Like a stinger is just after you see the last title card that shows whatever it's called, right?
Mhm.
Whatever the movie is. And like they'll go back to something like maybe it's a quick little joke or something in the movie. Kind of like in the first Doctor Strange trailer, they showed Doctor Strange. Then at the end, they did that tag about what is this, the Wi-Fi password, or what is this, the Sumatra knows the Wi-Fi password.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Like a little quip at the end.
Yeah, maybe that's more Marvel stuff. Maybe I just gotten used to that. Maybe there's nothing funny in this movie. I don't know.
I get where you're going with that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't catch it at first.
And I'm not saying that I needed it. I just noticed that they didn't do it. Are you so? Backstory here.
Mhm.
When we did like the first Black Adam trailer,
Yep.
you were kind of like, whatever. You don't know if The Rock could pull it off. Did this change your mind, or you still don't know? Or
Still don't know.
okay,
My question is, how does this fit? So here's the problem DC has.
I got a comic book question for you. I don't know if this ties in. So Justice Society, as somebody who has a passing little knowledge of comic books,
Mhm.
I would defer to you. I always thought Justice Society kind of like came before the Justice League.
They did.
And
Mhm.
so in my mind, I always thought like the Justice Society was like,
It's a bunch of old
I don't know,
dudes.
yeah, old, well, not even just older people, but just like in the 60s and 50s and stuff. And I always felt
So,
like Justice League was more modern times, but
well,
it seems like this is Justice Society and it's modern times.
no. So, okay. So the Justice Society, I'm trying to. They're not my favorite team. A
Okay.
friend of the show, Alan Wallace, is a real big
Hmm.
Justice Society fan.
Okay.
I don't. I That's the area of DC that I'm not really all that familiar with.
Okay.
They had so I want to say it's Jay Garrick, the original Flash, um, Doctor Fate, who you saw, who's Pierce Brosnan. I'm trying to think it was some other characters. The original Jay Scott, the original Green Lantern. Um, I want to say Wildcat, but they're more. You're right, more the '60s heroes, Silver Age.
Hmm.
Um, they have some newer members. They've updated the ranks, but they
Okay.
were primarily like the. You know what? Remembering the Watchmen, the original Watchmen, all those heroes that came before the Watchmen.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what the Justice Society is. Kind of
Okay.
like think of like that. That's the easiest way I can explain it. So piggybacking off of that a little bit, I don't understand how Amanda Waller is working with the Justice Society considering who she is
Hmm.
and where does this fall in the DC, because this here's my problem with the DC timeline, where it's so convoluted, and why based on when this well actually remember DC was trying to get their own Kevin Feige, and then the gentleman that they had backed out. Who's supposed to streamline all of this? Because remember, the reason why Steppenwolf showed up on Earth was because Earth didn't have any heroes.
Hmm.
The call went out that Superman was dead, so that they know the Thanagarians were that. Like, what is going on?
Sure.
Where does this fall? Does this fall after Peacemaker, before Peacemaker? Because Amanda Waller is under investigation after her daughter exposed.
Is she?
But see, here's the thing. That's what because there's supposed to be another series that follows. James Gunn is producing another series that's supposed to follow Amanda Waller.
Hmm.
Um, so I I just I want to see this movie outside of the context of the whole DCEU, but it's kind of hard because they're introducing these heroes, and you're like, well, where does this fall in the whole scheme of things?
Hmm.
With that being said, it looks interesting.
Hmm.
Uh, I I'm gonna be honest with you. There are going to be some funny moments. Mo Amer is in here. Mohammed Amer. Uh, he is hilarious. I love his comedy. Go check out his stand up. He has a new special on Netflix. He's got a couple of them, but he is hilarious. He's from Texas. Uh, I really enjoy him. Aldous Hodge, who we realize is Carter Hall.
Hmm.
Um, Here's my question: is he Carter Hall, who's a Thanagarian, or is he Carter Hall, who is reincarnated Hawkman throughout the years? Um, so that is another question I have. We saw Adam Smasher.
Noah Centino.
We saw um, uh, Sarah Sahi is going to play. I cannot remember what her name is. She's playing another character, and so I'm interested to see how this movie pans out. I
I
like.
like the fact that as much as and I think we both have said this, the Marvel universe definitely has their stuff more together than the DC universe does in terms of live action movies.
Mhm.
But I do like the fact that this movie is not as it appears to not be as quippy, which is a nice change of pace. I
Well,
think.
it's not quippy in this trailer. Because remember, there was a little quippiness when you brought up the whole teaser thing. Remember, at the end of the first teaser, we saw Mo and Sarah. Um, what's her name?
Shahi.
Sarah Shahi, who plays Adriana Tomaz. Uh, she was in the car with Mo. Remember that? And then Black Adam is standing outside, and then they roll up the window, and then the rocket comes. So we did see a little. You did see a little bit of that quippiness in that teaser. I wonder, are they playing down the quippiness in this movie because Black Adam is supposed to be kind of an anti-hero?
Sure.
And I wonder how much I, without someone who is riding the ship in charge, like a Kevin Feige, how much control of this film does The Rock have? Does that make sense? Because how much control did he have over the trailer or the tone of the movie?
Hmm.
Because if you don't have like a studio head who has a strong enough presence, The Rock is one of the biggest stars physically and influentially in Hollywood. He could
Sure.
probably get this trailer cut the way he wanted to. So maybe it is a darker tone because that's what he wanted. I don't know.
Right.
But you have a great the reason why you talk about the quippiness. Mo Amer is a good stand-up comedian, so they didn't hire him to be uh, the Joker. They hired him for
Comic relief.
his he is um, what's the word I'm looking for? He's Middle Eastern and he's a comedian. So we know those are two reasons why they hired him.
Hmm.
Again, I'm because we don't know how much of this where this takes place. And I will say this: the person who looks the best in this movie is Pierce Brosnan. Dr. Fate looks amazing.
I mean, that's
Um,
just because Pierce Brosnan is a silver fox.
no, I'm talking about the Dr. Fate. Like they
Oh,
got
like
that right. The
the
Dr.
the
Fate,
costume and everything.
yes, Dr. Fate looks great. It's hard to like get excited about this because it can go either way. Like
Sure.
I like The Rock. I think there are certain things he does well. I don't know if I'm yet to believe him as Black Adam. And that's only because the character Black Adam is not he's
He's not nice.
he's not nice. Like he's on the Justice League right now. Um and Clark brings him in. Superman brings him into the Justice League and everybody's kind of like, "Hmm?"
Hmm.
And with good cause, with good reason. He's not known as a team player. He's not known as a he's kind of like a scaled down Doctor Doom to a certain extent.
Interesting.
He's not he's not a supervillain all the Namor. He's more like
Hmm.
Namor, where
He's got his people he wants to protect or whatever.
uh-huh,
Right. Yeah.
Kandak he's a ruler of a nation. He has his people he wants to protect, like Doctor Doom, but he has known to play with others at times. So that's why I say I don't know if The Rock has the, friend of the show has the chops to pull it off. Like I believe him when he does things like, and I still think Faster is one of his best movies. Um, I believe him when he does Pain and Game. I believe him when he plays, um, and he plays in the Fast and Furious because you believe that he is that. You believe he's Hobbs. I just don't
Right.
know if I can believe that he is Black Adam.
Okay. Let us know in the comments that you think he's going to be Black Adam.
Well, I mean,
You're
he is
excited to
Black
see the
Adam.
movie.
I mean, he is
Well,
Black Adam. But
yeah, I guess what I'm saying is, do you think that he can pull it off as Black
yeah.
Adam? That's the question. Let us know in the comments. I did not run through our supers because I was just looking through the trailer so much. But like, comment, subscribe here on YouTube so you know when we put up new videos.
How do you feel about the movie?
I'm excited to see it. I
knew it was ISIS.
I just like. You mean like the Shazam and ISIS hour?
Yeah, so Sarah Shahid, and I said this before, but I was like, I've noticed that they have really toned down the fact that she's playing ISIS, and I wonder is that because there is another ISIS that's
ISIS.
popular? Yeah.
Well,
So
a show that we both like, Archer. They don't call their
whoa,
organization
whoa.
ISIS anymore.
We don't just like the show. Some of us love the show.
Sure, whatever. Anyway, their organization was called ISIS, and they kind of
Mhm.
went away from that after
Yeah, they changed the name.
5 or 7 seasons or whatever it was. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I am definitely just excited because we just have an influx of comic book movies that are either because you remember when comic book movies were just always bad. Now, comic book movies are for the most part competent. They have an idea. Some are better than others, but
Yes.
for the most part, they're competent.
Hmm.
Um, like the idea of Morbius back in the day, all movies would have been a Morbius.
Yeah.
Now Morbius is more of an outlier.
I'm gonna say this, and I it's a hot take. I know a lot of people probably not gonna agree with me. Morbius wasn't that bad.
You're right; it was worse.
It I disagree. I respect your opinion. I just
Uh-huh.
respectfully disagree only because I thought it was going to be it. I'm gonna say this. I still think Morbius is better than Venom 2. Um I didn't hate it. I thought Morbius was okay. I will say that
I wonder is that because your perception of it was already so low because everybody was talking about it so much? You're like,
no,
oh, it's not as bad as what everybody said.
no, because when I go into a movie, I look at all of the things in the movie. Did I buy that Jared Leto could play this waif-like character who had this debilitating illness who turned into a vampire? I believed him. The special effects were actually. I'm I'm gonna say this, and people are gonna come for me. I'm gonna say Morbius' special effects were just as good as anything that Marvel proper put out. Um,
Wow.
I said
Okay.
it. I mean,
You did.
when
Okay.
you look at Morbius and you look at some of the special effects scenes that they did, it wasn't that bad. Um, I mean, I'm not gonna sit up here and say it's as good as Endgame, but I put the Morbius special effects up there against Black Panther.
Okay. Well, you should rephrase what you said because what you
What
said was Morbius is just as good as anything Marvel has put out.
I'm saying, like special effects wise. In other words, I'm saying
But you
special
just said
effects.
Endgame was better.
I'm saying in-game special effects were better. I'm not saying it's up there, but I'm saying like if you look at some of like Ant-Man and you look at Morbius, I, Morbius's special effects are right up there. It's not like Morbius is to me not as bad as people made it out to be, but because it was Jared Leto, one, he already has a built-in hate because people hated him as the Joker. He already had a built-in hate because he was a dick on the set. People didn't like him. People were upset that Matt Smith was non-existent in the movie. So the movie had things that were already baked in, and people are already shitting on the Sony verse. So it's you already had a hole you had to dig yourself out of, and it didn't come out as gangbusters like Into the Spider Verse.
Hmm.
So people go hate what they hate, and I'm not gonna say that it's as good as Thor Ragnarok, but Thor 1 and 2, I mean, Incredible Hulk, Ang Lee's movie. I mean, I'm not, it's just one of those things where I think some movies are very good. Some movies will challenge your perceptions of what a comic book movie could be. Uh, Guardians of the Galaxy, those two movies really challenge what you think a family is and what a father is.
Hmm.
Um, the bromance that is Captain America and Bucky from Captain America 1 through 3. I don't know what this movie in Black Adam is, so to speak. Like they talked about, you're not here seeking justice, you're here for revenge. Revenge against who? Like,
Hmm.
see, like I watched this trailer and I'm like, oh, it's another anti-hero. You're you how do you make Black Adam compelling? At least when it was the Joker and DC was doing the Joker, they were like, here's how someone could turn into a possible version of the Joker. Um, even as bad, and I know I'm stepping on some people's, even as bad as Justice League, the Snyder Cut was, Zack Snyder had a vision for what he wanted. I don't
Sure.
know what that vision is for Black Adam. It looks like a run of the mill comic book movie with some characters we don't know thrown in, hoping we will go see it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if people are that excited for it. especially on the heels of all this bad press Warner Brothers is getting.
Interesting. Yeah, I think that will not stop this movie, just because, as we said, The Rock has such a magnetic personality. I
Hmm.
think he can draw in a crowd. I
Agreed.
think people can separate this particular Warner Brothers movie from all the other stuff that they're going on, and like whatever's going on with the Flash and all that other stuff. So I think that will. I think it won't affect it.
Is this an opening night film for you?
What is it? What is October 21?
Hmm.
What day is that?
That's a Friday, man. Come on.
That's a Friday. Um,
Taking too long to answer, buddy.
Maybe.
See, that's kind of my point. Like, am I going to see it? Yes, I'm going to see it. Do I want to see it? Yeah, but is it like, do I need to see this opening weekend?
I mean, I'll probably see it opening weekend.
I mean, I may, depending on
I may try to go see it in 40X. Actually,
I
I may need
mean,
to check out when see if it's playing in the 40X theater.
I mean, it's to me, it's one of those movies where I'll see it because I do want to see it. I want to give it
Mhm.
a shot, but it's not. I'm ambivalent about it. I was more excited to see Thor, Love and Thunder, and I really like Thor, Love and Thunder than
Mhm.
this. I'm just, and it's not because I don't like the property. I don't like DC. You know my affinity for Henry Cavill. The Cavill Lights Unite. I would
Mhm.
love to see Black Adam fight Superman. I want them to bring Henry Cavill back. I hope this works. I just, I don't know. The one thing we haven't talked about is we finally get to see the big bad in this movie.
I said that.
But here's my question: how do you feel about it? Like,
I don't know who the big bad is.
his name
Like
is
I
Sabat.
saw the person. I don't or the entity. I don't know.
Yeah, it's his name is Sabat.
Okay,
Uh,
is he a god of some sort?
or no, hold on. Is it Sabic? It could be Sabak or Sabic. It's
Chat. Give
Sabba.
us a pronunciation guide.
Yeah.
Pronunciation guide in the comments below.
Uh, Either way, I guess what I'm trying to say is this is a very interesting development that's coming up, and I'm interested to. I'm hesitant to say that this is going to break the bank as far as like for Warner Brothers, and this may be one of those things that further hurts them in the long run because Batman carried the year. Batman is for not just for Warner Brothers. Batman might be in my top five as best films of the year.
Over Top Gun Maverick.
It's Top Gun Maverick and my top three movies of the year. Everything, everything, everywhere, all at once.
Hmm.
Top Gun Maverick and the Batman.
Okay.
Those are my top three movies of the year. So, um, and Marvel just puts out movie after movie. Thor: Love and Thunder was good, but it wasn't like, oh, it was one of the best movies of the year.
Sure.
This one might not even be top 10. I mean,
We'll wait and see.
it doesn't look better than Ambulance.
Sir, it's a different kind of movie. Like, what do you even what point are you making?
I don't know. It's late, man.
All right, y'all. So I thought this video was going to end like 13 minutes ago, but Leroy went on a tangent
I
about
did.
Morbius for some reason. But if you want to see more tangents, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, as I was trying to wrap up before.
Yeah.
Help us increase our viewer subscription count on YouTube so we can make that money so we can
Tell your
make
friends. Yeah,
Yeah,
tell your
tell your
friends. Tell your family. Tell your enemies. I'm not gonna let y'all come for Morbius like that. I mean, it wasn't. Again, I don't get the hate. I was like, it was all right.
Sir, we already we did this 10 minutes ago. We ain't got to go through it again. Anyway,
just
follow
saying.
us. We trying y'all at Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. Follow We Trying at YouTube and Facebook. And that's it. We out. Peace.
I'll make my full screen Morbius.